Absolutely not bad at all, mate.
You know, so you're right, Shabs. You know, if anything, in the long run, it served me better to know now, because I mean, people like Colin have told me he's a lovely guy, but and he might well be, but the loveliest people can still be out to save their own arse, you know, and
Essentially, in this house, people may very well be lovely people, and on the outside be the most spick and But if you take it down to what this essentially is here and what people will do to make sure they don't get voted out or this, that, or make people think certain things about them, you know, I don't see it, maybe this is just a way of justifying it to me, but I don't see it as hating on that person. I see it as
self-preservation.
Self-preservation.
Which is fine, but then don't assist in like the targeting of somebody else when you know that you're
stand on your own and say this is bullshit.
Yeah, you know, instead of you know, because you don't want to look bad. So,
We'll keep you posted with this noise. Good night, mate. Should try and contain myself this time. Good night, wizard.
I just looked at him.
Do you think he's deliberately playing juvenile games, or do you think he's genuinely scared that his place in the house is, you know, not what he wanted it to be? Because I thought actually he was going to be really, really popular.
He's got the potential, but I don't think that potential had yet been fulfilled. And I think you're right. I think he might have panicked and just wanted to save his own arse. Because Sunshine is one of the people that likes him, and he knows likes him. He's very, very, very aware, I believe, of the impending noms, and that's what I believe is his reasoning behind it. Not necessarily
I
any.
wouldn't talk too much.
Yeah. Not any malice. I don't believe it was necessarily malice, but by extension, that's the way I felt. I felt that was. Even though I don't think he necessarily meant to be, it was still kind of malicious, you know, allowing me to be treated like that, which I consider to be quite unfair, you know, and not even, okay, you didn't have to stick up for me, but don't kind of like stir the pot, don't sit there.
Just don't get involved. If, you know, I can well see why, you know, I don't agree with it necessarily, but I can, if I'm being fair, well see why he said one thing to you and one thing to her.
Yep.
You know, if that's what he wanted to do, fair enough. I think the issue here is that he got himself involved.
Yeah, when he didn't need to.
And then it became 2-on-1.
Yeah. And that's all I've been able to think about. And it's ridiculous, really, because I'm not, you know, that kind of behaviour doesn't really bother me, you know. Anyway, everyone's had it, but I think before, maybe in school, college, you know, everyone's experienced.
This is essentially the schoolyard.
Yeah, everyone's experienced that. But I think I felt quite attacked, really, by two people, and it was hard enough when I was feeling like kind of like it all been thrown back in my face by Sunshine.
This is what fucking pisses me off, mate. Like, we are made out to be, or I don't know whether we are, but I'm made to feel sometimes like we pick on Sunshine. I don't at any point remember two people ganging up on her. Or, you know,
do you know what that is?
Ganging up on her.
And the thing is, it just shows that it doesn't matter whether you've got a brain or not, that kind of shit can happen to you. And I noticed this when she was talking to me, when she came over to draw a line under things. She is very good at manipulating people into making them feel like they've done, like they are attacking her. I was apologising to her, and it was, you're being really confrontational. No, I'm not being confrontational. There's nothing to confront you about. I'm sitting here and I'm reacting to the way you're behaving towards me. Then she came here.
Which is my call, and I can do that.
Exactly. And then she came here, And what I think I said to her, I said, you know what, Sunshine, you were one of a few people that I genuinely thought to be intelligent, and I thought that with that intelligence, you would be able to see, not necessarily agree, but see another point of view. You don't have to agree with it, but be able to acknowledge that that is, you know, another person's way of thinking. And what did I get? Well, clearly I'm not as intelligent as you. And that's when that's when it was like, for me, it was like, yeah, okay, you've ticked that box for me. I've got your card marked now, you know. And I just stood up and I said, thank you for coming and trying to, you know, do that, you know. But this conversation is going to resolve nothing. And then I walked off and went inside, and her and Dave went in there, had a nice little chat, and it was just it was horrible. It wasn't nice at all. You know, usually, like I said, that sort of thing wouldn't affect me, but it did. I'm not gonna lie, but it did. I mean, I'm over it now.
Yeah.
I'm over it now, and I will never let that situation happen again. Do you know, I'm not gonna put myself out there like that. For any of you guys, you know, if you're crying and you need some comfort, I'll be there. But I'm not gonna go out of my way for somebody like that ever again. In here, never. And unfortunately, Dave, I don't dislike him, but I don't trust him at all. And that's a shame, because he was somebody that I did want to try and get to know. And whether he's here a week or another 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and if I'm lucky enough to be here as well, I'm not gonna have nothing to do with him like I plan to have nothing to do with Sunshine. But you know, we're never going to be able to be how I consider myself to be with you and yours and Rachel and you know.
He'd have to really go out of his way to
Yeah.
make it up to you.
If
I
anything,
think.
he would have to acknowledge the fact that what he did was wrong, and that
You know, let's try and work through it. I said, I think that she's misunderstood and stuff.
yeah. Because you're one of those people who try to see the best in people, aren't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, but I'm
You've
not
tried.
stupid.
No,
You
no.
know.
I may try and see the best of people, but I ain't
If
fucking
someone's holding a gun
stupid.
to my head and they're trying to rob me, I'm not going to go, I wonder what hard life you've had. Maybe, you know.
Well, that's exactly
but
it. I
I
do think that maybe she has had a bit of a tough time, and I'm really sorry, genuinely sorry for her if that is the case. But unfortunately, I think most people have had a tough time in various ways. At some point in your life, you have to put that behind you and go.
I don't think. Do you think that maybe if we wasn't in this house, I'd mostly talk to her and tell her all the things that she's doing, which makes her alienate her. But I wouldn't do it in this house because
She's
it could
not
be seen as bullying.
completely unsociable. She's not the person. You know, you could.
I think no. I think she
you could.
is.
Listen,
She is able to
listen,
socialise.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you,
The thing
do
is,
it.
I think she's one of them. I think she'd be at her most tolerable if it was a one-on-one friendship. If you were friends with her with a group of people, the same crap would happen outside the house. I know it. But you know, when you see in people things that you see in people that you already know, like perhaps.
I've never seen sunshine in anybody that I know.
No, when I say people that I know, I'm talking about people at school. Like there were people at school that would play this game,
Victim card.
play this victim card all the time. But it's like, but you do so many things, and it's not even like you don't know. She's an intelligent girl. She's not stupid.
I've witnessed quite a few things where I thought, oh, that's a bit off. But then I've tried to, like I said, try and
Rationalise.
And a couple,
That's made you kind of see it now.
when I was sitting on the sofa, what happened was I just thought, God, you're annoying.
No, it's true. The way you behave, things that you do, things that you say.
I remember just sitting there thinking, you're really annoying. But, yeah, you're annoying. You're annoying.
Yeah, no.
That's what it was. And she was like, it's like she doesn't know when to stop.
Yeah,
It's like, you know, like if you're having an argument with your sister or something, and you're like, and then eventually you have to stop or just go, do you know what? We're both
Shut the
wrong.
fuck up.
You know,
It's
I
like
took
this.
your top, you've got my trousers, we won't do it again. Let's leave it at that because this is boring
But she
now.
won't let it go.
But she'll keep hanging on.
like
and
this.
I didn't see it because it wasn't my conversation. I was just sitting there listening, and I was like, why wouldn't you just? Yeah, it was. Oh God, it was really annoying.
Who was she talking to?
Kind of everyone, but it was like working out who goes next, to go into the fucking awful task, the ice task. And you know, they said if you're in the Atlantic, no, they said from
No,
the
no, oh.
Yeah, the North Atlantic, and they said
I
we're
had
going to
this
do it.
I had this
I
conversation.
can't remember what they said. I don't know. They said we're going to start with the furthest. No, we're going to start with the closest to the Atlantic, and then work our way down, and that's the order it's going to be.
Close to the North Pole.
Closest to the North
Oh, yeah.
Pole. Yeah, we're going to work our way.
Uh-huh.
We're going to work our way from the nearest
Yep.
downwards. Yeah. So everyone's like, okay. And then there's 3 people from Leicester, you, her, and
Are you referring to, like, was this the same conversation where Nathan had said Australia, and she was like, it's not near there.
No, I missed that bit.
Oh, right,
But
okay.
I do remember Nova saying Australia, but I don't remember her saying anything. It was when it was like working out who would go in what order, and like obviously everyone has their. It's not a big deal really because they're going to call our names out. But let's say we all really want to work it out ourselves, in what order. It was like
Give her something to do.
yeah, but she was like,